Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Link to the Past Open League race. We have a great matchup tonight between Taunt the Frog and KeeseForce, represented by Homewrecker on Taunt the Frog and Tenit on KeeseForce. My name is Sorcerer Finch, and I'm joined here in the booth by Kono. How are you doing tonight?
Hello, I'm doing well, and I am excited for this match. It should be good.
Yes, we are. And we are also joined in the booth with Yonker's wife, who is tracking for us, pushing the buttons, keeping us honest. We do have a vested interest in this race because both Kono and myself are Tenet's teammates on KeeseForce. So
We will try to remain as impartial as possible.
Of course,
God's
absolutely.
And we're off. Wow. Okay.
Are off with immediate divergence, full heart container in Link's house, and a nice early set of bombs over on Homewrecker's side.
Always great to have those going into Kakariko. I've found too many seeds where you just don't get them right off the bat, and it sucks.
Right, and then and also like not having money. Tenit is going to be able to check the tree pull, the level 1 tree pull here.
Hopefully it's something. It's a good thing to know, but it's not the most useful tree pull. But there are worse ones to have.
Right, and it's just not great right now before we need magic.
Ooh, but full magic on crab drop, or the bush crab, hot crab.
And our uncle the cartographer giving us a compass, and we do not need to be.
I would say no aga, but it's all dungeons, so yes, aga.
Right,
just not right away.
Yeah. So, Homewrecker making his way through, and Tenit picking up those bombs.
More bombs everywhere.
This is a pretty nice opening route. And Tenit did pick up a key in pod. So there are
one of many.
Right. There are a couple pod keys out there, and gonna need them.
Just 6 of them. That's all. You don't need all of them. You just need most of them.
You can probably you could get away with a couple with some trickeration, but it's definitely not a.
With some trickery, you can get away with 3, but that requires a lot of trickery and some saves coming. 4 would be ideal. 5 is icing on the cake, and 6 is just wow. I don't even have to do anything special. I just go and walk in.
Right.
But yes, we're talking about keys. This is Fad Keys. So we are Key Sanity, all dungeons, but the Aga keys are local. They're still in Aga Tower, so we don't have to worry about finding the 2 Aganim keys. We don't have to worry about weird stuff being locked there. And we have an early Moon Pearl and Glove in Blind's hideout.
Those are 2 other things that we won't have to worry about.
Don't have to worry about it all. That's like 2/3 of our Dark World access right there. We only need now another mid or a hammer, and we are good. So the chances that Aga will be our Dark World access this seed are rapidly diminishing. It's always nice with these type of seeds if you can get Aga to be the last thing you do, because then you get that free refill. You get dropped right there. It's really great.
And also the next level
literacy.
Also the next level tree pull being those 20 rupees. So and there's a mirror. Oh my goodness. This is a nice Kakariko so far.
Ooh, Eastern big. It gives a little bit more incentive to go to Eastern. That gives you the big chest, and if we can get bow, that'll give us full Eastern clear as well.
I was half expecting there to be a bow just right there.
But let's see what Chicken Hut has for us today.
Aside from at least one very indignant chicken right there, but just a little bit more money. Which is not bad, because we're going to have to save up 5... We're probably going to want to save up the 500 for Zora and see what
Oh yeah, then you need
Courtesy
another
has.
110 for Kiki, the little thief in the dark world forest there. Oh, I say forest, it's like a hedge maze.
The shrubbery amongst the shrubbery.
Don't say that. No.
All right,
Oh,
and we're
don't
gonna
make
go
me
ahead.
say knee at you.
All right, and also with the book, that puts an early desert dip in potential to be potentially
Yeah, I
interesting.
mean, early desert is interesting because it's key sandy, so you don't have this key. So two of those, oof, Homewrecker, finding out that there's a big key on the race game. I'm always a fan of in the key sandy mode to just blind do race game because the chances of there being something good there is just so much bigger. So I'm cool with checking in non-race modes, but in a key sandy mode, I would always just blind go for it.
And just hope that it's not a compass. Probably the one dungeon item that doesn't really give a whole lot of use. As of this version of the of ALTTPR, though, there is that immediate knowledge if it's a crystal or a pendant while you're in. Also, that was a big key for Thief Town, so that'll give a lot of access to Thief Town once we get there.
And we are close. Don't get wrong. We are very close to that Thieves Town access as well.
Right. Just need a you'd want to see a hammer and a small key, because one of the things with a key sanity mode like this is are probably going to be isolating a couple checks. So which ones you isolate, which ones you really try to search out for. It's a question of timing. And Tenit is also going to check what is on race game. The back of Escape has nothing.
Nope.
So another play that you might see is doing front of Escape. You've got the mirror, so
it does them better, but you have 7 bombs, and I'm not sure exactly how comfortable these runners are with a bomb escape. Can be a little bit challenging.
and Homewrecker is going to give us our first look at the flooded dam.
Ooh, heart piece. That might be worth picking up. Full heart
Got it.
containers. No. Oh, there we go.
And
Ooh, Hyrule Castle small.
so actually, yeah, doing this bottom section is going to pay out versus going to the front of Escape, where you wouldn't be able to get Dark Cross, which it might be okay, and it might be our progression. Although we are missing a fire
Yeah, we don't have a
source,
fire.
whether it's a
I mean,
lamp.
we'd need a fire source to be able to put that on logic, so not quite in logic yet.
Tenant is
Ooh,
going to make
nice,
up a
nice
little.
double.
Tenant is going to make up a little bit of time here, though, by virtue of just having to go into the dam once instead of twice.
Well, I mean, Homewrecker also has the mirror. They just messed up the. Oh, there's the lamp.
Oh, and speaking of lamp and Zora money, and
Yeah,
that was what, 620?
well, that was a lot of money. Yeah. Ooh, nicely done. And can we get the double on the left side? No, they did not want to cooperate. Last bomb. Come on, Tenit. You got this. Nice.
Unfortunately, I don't remember I don't remember bombs being back here. So that would mean won't be able to go up to Ice Rod Cave.
That is unfortunate. Yeah. We will see how bad that's going to be here in a few seconds. Ooh, big key to Meyer. Uh, that
It's
would
not
be
the
important.
worst. Yeah, it's something that
But
when you get the flute, it's not too bad
yeah,
to get back up there. So
probably one of the best keys that could be there because when you do get the flute, this is just a quick flute away. Hopefully, you have the boots by then as well, and you can just run up here and get it, and it's fine.
right, unfortunately, we know that Tenant does not know that at this point.
Oh, we are
Homewrecker.
getting some fake flipper checks from Homewrecker.
Oh, oh no.
Oh,
I'm a little
yeah,
surprised.
bombs early game are really need them.
Right now, I'm a little bit surprised that Tenant didn't go check Darkross while there. Oh,
Oh no, Homewrecker getting hit just before getting to the hobo under the bridge there.
so notice
Oof.
that Homewrecker went from full health to no health, and that is because in the fake flipper state, uh, if you are swimming and you don't have the flippers yet, you get hit, you actually get splashed, and the game checks to see if you have the flippers at that point. Now, at this point, the game says, "Oh, you don't have the flippers," so it would normally put you in an infinite in a basically a soft lock state. The randomizer mercifully just says, "Nope, you're dead,"
Yeah, at least you get
and
to
that's
keep
the
your
merciful.
progress. You
Right,
die, but you get to keep your progress.
right. That's the merciful option.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
and
hook shot. Green pennant on Ice Palace though. But hook shot always on Death Mountain. That's always nice because now that opens up the East Death Mountain, and there's a lot of checks over there. And Saha is hiding a bow in his closet.
that's
Kind
so we
of French vanilla. It's in the approximate appropriate area.
we had
But this opens up all of Eastern Palace.
right, and actually we got two very convenient items for where our runners are, and we definitely do have divergence. We are not going to pick up those 20 rupees in Spectacle Rock. Tenant
Might pick
is
up those bombs though.
right, and
On your way to Hera. I mean,
right now there's not a whole lot to do in Hera, although you could do. Oh, and Mirror's just before getting talked to by.
yeah.
Uh,
You got 2 checks that you could do. 3. And you could beat the boss. No, we don't have any way to
can
damage him yet.
right.
Oh, we can get 3 checks. One of them out of logic. Ooh, flippers in Eastern Palace. Just further putting people in different directions. This is quite interesting having 2 very different. Ooh, and there's a sick kid right there.
Yep. So that's going to be more feels good. That's another feels good kind of item. Homewrecker
Oh, yeah.
running low on arrows there.
Oh,
And
it's
that's
Eastern Palace. There's plenty of arrows in here.
right. This is the area where you would normally pick up the bow, and Tenant is not going to risk um, trying to do
Not doing the
the hair pot.
basement.
Well,
Oh, we
can't
don't.
do the
No, we don't
basement.
have the big key. But yeah, we don't have Harapod. I mean, only 3 bombs. I can see why.
Yeah, especially since you still do need one for up here, but little
Yeah.
hoping to find a sword up here. Finding a sword up here would be pretty big.
Finding a sword in Eastern Palace would also be pretty big. I mean, we are looking for that steady damage source.
Right. Although we're only 13 minutes in without a sword. And there's a mushroom and more bombs over on Tenet's side. And I think Homewrecker just picked up a couple more arrows.
That indeed.
Especially Hookshot for Paradox Cave just feels so much better with the mini mold arms there.
shield, more money, more bombs, and the thing that makes that bottle actually really nice. Well, extra nice.
Yep, we got that swag net.
Gotta love the swag net.
And nicely done on the bomb jump right there. And unfortunately, it is just more bomb. There are so many arrows in Eastern.
There are a lot of arrows in Eastern. Both from under pots and stuff and in chests, apparently.
All right, so Tenit did opt to do Spiral Cave instead of risking going up and trying to check out what was on the floating island, which I do like that play because
that Igor given Homewrecker a little bit of trouble there. With just
ooh, and down to just one heart as well.
Yeah.
And to continue the theme, there are more bombs in Spiral Cave. So Tenit might
With all
be
the good stuff in the pool. We are getting all of the trash out of the way early.
Right. It's just going to be a very quick kind of follow up. And now Tenet's going to go ahead back to back of Eastern, back of Escape, and might go and think about turning in that mushroom.
I know. I think it's been a long time. If the first time I have actually seen that room done only with a bow. Getting Homewrecker up against the Bouncing Blue Knights. No quick kill this time.
And yep, we've got Wario versus the child from Undertale. And first on the board is Homewrecker with that Pendant of Power. Because in Link to the Past, the Pendant of Power is blue, and the Pendant of Wisdom is red.
And more arrows in Dark Cross.
And nothing there. So does Tenit go for the one-off check, or it looks like we'll be doing Front of Escape? Actually, our runners simultaneously leaving Link's house. And
where's Homewrecker going though?
Gonna check on Hylia Island, get bombs.
Right, they died in their previous water checks. That makes sense.
And now that Homewrecker has the flippers, getting hit in the water is no longer as deadly.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely not as deadly.
So,
but Tenit will go up here, be pleasantly surprised, and be able to finish out all of Eastern Palace here.
Right. So that does give us a lot of information, though. Just already, we know two of the pendants. There's only one more, and there's our first GT small.
Yeah, we know a lot of our information already, just with beating Eastern, being a pendant, and Ice Palace. We know is the green pendant. The question here is Homewrecker. What are they gonna do after these water checks? Would you imagine going? They're buying bombs.
Yeah, buying bombs before doing probably Waterfall Ferry. If I were,
I would imagine so. Yeah. But after Waterfall and Zora, would you go up the mountain, not knowing about that hook shot? It's what? There's 2 checks you could do up there, 3, because you have Mirror and you know you can get to Hera. So 3 checks versus I guess it's 3 in Eastern because you have the Desert would be 2 guaranteed. 1 because you don't have boots.
Well, I would think instead of Eastern, did you mean Desert?
Desert, yes.
Okay.
I meant Desert.
Okay.
Desert's bad because there's only 1 check in Desert plus Agina.
Well, and then plus the ledge, the desert ledge as well.
Yeah. So there's 2, 3 in desert versus, I guess, 3 in Hera that you know at this point because you don't know about that hook shot. And that hook shot saving Tenit small amounts of time, taking the quick way to that chest.
Right, you get to save yourself a room transition right there. And Zora gives a key, okay?
Is it a good... Oh, it's a useless key!
Oh, well. Okay, right, but Homewrecker did see what was on Zora Ledge, and I don't remember seeing it, but judging by that reaction, it was
It
not.
must have been nothing, yeah.
It's kind of nice, you know, being
looks like
able to...
Homewrecker is going up the mountain, though.
All right, well, that will be a pleasant surprise there. And we are still swordless.
We are, I mean, told by our lovely tracker that it was just 10 arrows to follow the theme on Zora Ledge. Eagle-eyed as always.
So at this point, I really think that Desert's going to have our progression here.
It has to, because there's nowhere else in logic. Egina Ledge, and I think at this point it's pretty much okay. Even with cape, they don't have a sword. You would need a cape and a sword to put Aga in our Dark World logic, or you would need a hammer or glove. So if we have a cape and a sword over in desert, that's a trolley seed giving you a glove and a moon pearl right off the bat, and then giving you Aga access. I love it.
So really well done by Tenit right there, minimizing the damage with those particular anti-fairies. Those are the only anti-fairies, by the way, that they will not take away your magic. Now, health, yeah. You know, they'll still hurt.
I never thought about that before. That is very true. Tenit showing the slightly easier strat of just walking to the right. You can shoot him and pretty much ignore all the hopos in that room if you walk to the right. Oh, circle the pot. Very important ritual.
All right, and Homewrecker going to get the notification that, hey, we can make things that go triple boom. Now, this room right here, does take one hit, but we'll be able to heal up a little bit more.
Ooh, and the hook shot actually makes these a little bit easier, too. Nice. You get... Ooh. Oh, and that fairy drop off there? The question is it... Oh, no! Oh! That red Igor is being a bully is what it is doing. Question is, Homewrecker, are you gonna... Looks like they are going to Herapod. No. They decided not to Herapod. They were thinking about it.
They were thinking about it.
But it's not in logic, and... I don't know.
Oh, and a nice quick kill, and Tenit picks up that pendant of power.
Oh! Homewrecker hasn't done Eastern Death Mountain yet. Right. Okay, I can see that being more more appealing than doing a Herapod for one check.
For one check,
but
that's
Tenit,
not in logic.
You should now know that Desert has to be our answer here. It does look like she is hopefully headed down that way.
Well, there's also the front of escape.
Oh, we're forgetting one thing. Mushroom turn-in.
And the mushroom turn-in. Which, that's where she's going right now.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And I like this. It's about a minute out of your way, but it takes care of it. It's isolated until you get the flute, and we don't know when we're getting that flute. It could be, heck, it could be in here. We do need to turn in the flute or the mushroom, though.
Yeah. And just map. Pick it up. Come on.
I think she's gonna try to save. Is she gonna save?
Oh.
Scum?
Shit. Trying to think
No.
when she last. No, you just, yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Because she did. She just save and quitted. I like this play. For a map, yeah. I mean, okay, I would have picked up the map, looked and see what it was, and then recorded the information, and then save scummed. Maybe. But Tenit is gonna do water checks first. This makes sense. There's more of them. There's 4 of them versus the 3 in desert.
Right. And just as a reassurance to our viewers, it looks like Tenit accidentally reset her timer. The 2 are even.
Oh, yeah, she did. Oops.
But that's okay. But yeah, what do we think is going to be? Where do we think progression is going to be, though? Will it be in desert, or will it be in Eastern, or in escape?
I'm gonna hoping it's gonna be in desert, because it gave us that book early. Let's use it.
All right, and actually, this is Homewrecker's first visit over here, so gonna be picking up. That's gonna be a couple additional pickups for Homewrecker. Oh, and Tenet's also heading up to check Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah.
It still does have to be a little cautious because
These crabs hurt.
Yes, they do. They will do 2 hearts of damage.
They do so much more damage than you think they should do for being just in the overworld.
All right, and this way is going to allow Tenit to still catch up, not be able to lose as much time with Homewrecker checking to see what is in Dark Cross. And Dark Cross, I think, was just arrows. It wasn't anything.
Yeah, it was just arrows, yeah. We haven't seen the bottom of escape yet.
Correct. That's still, yeah, we still haven't seen the front.
Which Homewrecker is going to be showing us now.
I'm a little surprised Homewrecker didn't go the other way, but I guess it's 6 one way, half a dozen another.
Other way? What other way?
Oh, doing the front of escape here first.
I mean, okay, I don't know. It's you gotta do the same. It's either way, so it doesn't really make that big of a difference.
Right. And do you think if Homewrecker finds, because there are still 2 checks, and we are still 2 checks or 2 items away from Aga.
We need or a glove.
But from Aga access.
For Aga, we need a cape and a sword, or 2 swords.
Right. So either way, the items would have to line up pretty perfectly in the front of escape.
Yeah, the chances are it's gonna give us either the... Oh, and that's the desert. That's the desert. Okay, that opens up more in desert.
Let's say, so now Homewrecker's probably going to go there next, and it's going to be a good play.
It's the only place left after this.
Right.
Assuming that there isn't, something else in here leading you other places.
Now, hopefully Tenit, at this point, Tenit does do front of escape.
Yes, do escape first, please. With that small key, desert being down there. Oh, and a sword. Okay, now we need a cape or another sword.
Tenit is going to go ahead and go towards desert. Now, this might still be okay.
I understand why. It's 2 checks versus 3. No, 3. It's still 3 versus 3. Yeah. Oh.
Right. Unfortunately, this will mean that Tenit will be isolating a couple.
The right
checks,
side.
So.
Once you get the flute, it's not that big of a deal.
And that's also assuming that the things on the right side of desert are useful. Now, it's a higher chance that they will be. Homewrecker, though, with that sword is just one item away from Aga. Or Aga being in logic.
Also one item away from Swamp Palace.
Oh, that's going to be needed.
That's a good key to get. Probably the single most important small key in key sanity modes.
Right.
Especially when you're playing all dungeons.
Normally, it would be between that and the Castle Tower keys, except we know where the Castle Tower keys are.
There's two of them, and there's only one swamp.
Plus, we know where the Castle Tower keys are going to be here.
Yeah, they're in Aga Tower 1 and 2.
All right, and we're going to have the moment of truth here in about 50 seconds?
Maybe about 2 minutes. Because Homewrecker is going to be the one that can do more of this dungeon.
True. But we'll be able to know if the soul available check here is good or not.
For Tenit, yes.
And Tenit, checking on Torch.
Just a heart piece, yeah.
All right, not progression. Although, on the other hand, I guess it could be, not progression.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be progression, but we don't have any way to get to it yet either.
Right.
And we have a key to pod, which means that our answer is in right side desert. Okay, Tenit, why are you still moving? You can't get over there. You either need to go to the left and steal the key. No, go to the left.
That's all right. All right, and let's see what Homewrecker picks up on the right side.
It's gonna be a sword, all woods. Okay. What do you have? Mirror, glove, sword, and it's Aga!
And
we got ourselves an Aga seed, guys.
All right, we're gonna be able to get those bombs. And that is all right. So that's gonna mean that we have the two planned keys in this entire seed, where the two Castle Tower keys are going to be in their vanilla locations. But that's not necessarily like, on one hand, Homewrecker is probably a little perturbed, just because especially for AD,
the literal last location at that point, yeah.
Right. There's just something nice about beating Ganon's Tower, doing Castle Tower, getting your heart and magic refill. But yeah, Homewrecker is going to be able to do desert. It's going to be a required double dip of desert, but considering
not required, just
well, you had to go the first time, and then so the second time to go through the dungeon.
I don't know. The desert's one of those that, like, a double dip of desert doesn't really mean much, because of how open it is and the fact that it's split into two. Just like a double dip of Skull Woods isn't really bad, because you go in the front, then the back. Those are like two separate dungeons almost. Barely even a double dip.
Unfortunately, either way, Tenet's going to have to go back to desert.
Yep. 3 times. Triple dip for Tenit.
Meanwhile, Homewrecker is climbing Aga Tower.
Does this also technically mean it's a double dip of Hyrule Castle?
I suppose so. I don't remember what our stun prize is. It is not a great stun prize. Just one.
It's about the worst stun prize you can have. I mean, even like a piece of heart would be more useful.
Oh man, if you could get a piece of heart, for every single enemy that you stun,
Right?
I don't think there's going to be enough heart indicators on the screen.
I meant like a heart pickup.
Yeah.
Like, the little piece of heart thing.
I'm just being facetious. I apologize.
What are we going to do with you? Homewrecker climbing Aga Tower, doing it rather swiftly, making good use of that arrows and hookshot and the sword, just the entire repertoire of weapons that Link has, or in this case, Wario has at their disposal.
All right, and now for Aga's next trick. It's going to make this Zelda disappear.
You know what? That timer is distracting me. We're just going to... Oop.
All right, and I'm going to say that we're going to get 4 blue balls here.
I'm optimist. I'm going with 2. There's 1. There's 2. Aga, you're not looking. You're not instilling any confidence in my guess of 2.
And Tenit gets the news.
Guaranteed one. 3. Can we split the difference between us here?
We will.
Yeah. Because the next one's guaranteed.
Yep. All right. And
3 blue balls it is.
Meanwhile, Tenit gets the news that we will be climbing Aga Tower a little bit earlier than you'd want. Meanwhile, Homewrecker does take down Aghanim for the first time. And welcome to the Dark World.
Gotta be careful now, because now if you save and quit the Dark World, you stay in the Dark World.
Right, because we do have the mirror, and there is a small key over on Pyramid Ledge. Let's see what it's for.
Hera.
Ugh.
That is, I mean, we haven't beat the thing yet. We're going back up there. We have our fire source. It's actually, I actually like this. It's nicer than not having it. And then finding it later and having to go back. Looks like we are immediately checking Catfish on Homewrecker's side.
I like this. This is going to be the only time.
You've already done Hera the... What do you...
You've already done Zora.
Oh, you're turning... Oh, you're right. Looks like they almost forgot about that, but, didn't, which is good. But they didn't really set themselves up for a save scum if it's something not good. Which we knew it was a map, so... For Hera. Okay.
But it's also, I guess, that opportunity to get some fresh hearts, which you're at 6 hearts, you're now Dark World, and the Light World's a lot less friendly now as well. Still green mail, so take the opportunity to get some safety, especially as you start tackling some more dungeons. All right, let's see what Catfish has for us today. Not a whole lot.
I'm sorry, I looked away. What was it? I missed it.
It was just a red 20. All right, and Homewrecker is going to take us on a tour of the north side, and actually, we'll be able to take down a graveyard ledge as well, so that's going to be helpful.
Yeah.
This is,
Can't do King's Tomb yet.
yeah, but this is one where even though it's a little bit more of a maze
Oh, I
to
know we
get
can do
through,
King's Tomb. We have Mirror.
but no boots.
Right. Boots is the other thing required, not mitts.
Yep. No, not to say that maybe we find some fancy footwear up here.
Or more arrows.
A little surprised you didn't pick them up, being at 3 right now, but you still save a second.
We have 2 pod smalls and the bow. Which means we can go up and we can check a decent amount of pod.
And there can definitely be things in pod as well. I think
Can, but I think only the front's in logic until we have 4 keys. 3? Yeah, I think we need 4 keys before the other. Ooh, and a small key on Bumper Ledge. Meanwhile, Tenit takes down Aga 1, the objectively harder of the 2 Agas.
or it's
longer.
more the more tedious, right?
More tedious, yeah.
I do like this early Skull Woods play that Homewrecker's doing. Go to the center, just work your way backwards.
Do you steal the key?
I would probably steal the key here.
I love that pull. That sprite is amazing. Wario's pulling backwards sprite. That's amazing. I love it. Oh.
The wonderful things about these making sprites is absolutely fantastic, and Tenit is making the pod
hard.
play.
Ooh, Swamp Big. 1 check. It's 1.
I mean, better to have it now than after already going through swamp.
Yeah. Definitely.
And it is one of those checks where it does not cost any time to check.
No, it really doesn't. Homewrecker choosing not to steal the key, though. Which makes getting out of here... Oh, you already have it? We already have a... Never mind.
Yeah, we already picked up a Skullwood small.
Yeah, then we don't need to steal the key.
Opting wisely not to use the hook shot against the Gibdo right there, because Gibdo does not get stunned by that. The boomerang, yes. And welcome to pod over on Tenet's side. Let's see what we've got today.
More divergence from the runners. Always makes for a better show, I believe.
And that's got to be Kane. That is the Kane of Samaria over in Skull Woods.
A very useful item to have. Doesn't unlock anything for us right now, but it makes some future stuff just nice.
You save like 3 minutes in Ice Palace alone.
Yeah. Saves a little bit of time in Swamp if you don't know the bomb versions of Diver Down, but not nearly as much.
And there's another Kane.
The other blue Kane.
We're just getting all sorts of items here.
Oh, and we're getting a check Sick Kid as well. Oh, Tenit on pulling out the flute.
And that makes it
real good.
That already makes it worth it.
Plus, definitely.
And still we'll be able to use 1 key in the back.
Yes, which will get both of those using that in the back door will give us 2 checks. Oh, an ether. That might be our access in, although that's not in logic. Is that in logic? I think it would need the hammer to be in logic, or more keys.
Either way, it's at least available.
Yes. The useless map. Not completely useless, but the second most useless map.
Unfortunately, so far the basement has not paid out so far. So Tenet's just going to dip into the basement, and there's just more money.
Paying out, just literal money. 300 rupees. Okay, Tenit, let's see. Are you better at this than I am? Or are you not? You're not. Oh, you're going for the bottom. Okay.
All right, and we are getting a hammer yump attempt here to try and save on one of the small keys.
Nope, too high still? You sure that's still too high, yeah. Ooh, there we go. That's the one we want.
But now it's timing.
There we go. Come
there
on.
it is.
Nicely
done.
Yeah, don't have the key yet, but that's fine. You get these 2 checks. Not in logic, but...
And able to skip out on the text box.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Homewrecker is going to be able to full clear. Well, not full clear. There'll be one check we can't do down here, and that will be the big chest. Or the big chest.
So Tenit still did have 1 check in the basement of pod there, but...
Oh, did she not do pod basement?
Yeah, she did not fall. She hadn't fallen down to the, which is, I suppose, ironic given her choice of sprite.
Is that in logic right now? I'm not entirely sure if it is. I don't know.
Right.
I don't think it would be.
Thank you, Yonker's wife. Yeah, the Stalfos chest.
Stalfos basement, yes. Stalfos chest. I am unsure if that is in logic or not.
Key sanity. What is logic even?
Yeah. It is in logic with 1 small, I'm being told. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna have to be coming back to pod anyway, so we'll.
Or bow and hammer, which we have bow. We don't have hammer. Okay. So, unfortunately, Tenit did leave that in logic check. Oh, but we fell. Oh my god. Is there a better spot to find the hammer?
There could certainly be less stressful spots.
The first, I think the Homewrecker. Where are you going?
Doesn't have a key.
Homewrecker?
Doesn't have a key.
Oh, do we not get? Oh, we got the big key, not the small.
Right.
Right.
And a heel gambler is all better. Thank you, blind. It's incredible. Also the creativity folks have for blind's lines, for Ganon's lines, and blind goes down on Homewrecker's side. Well done.
Nice
and that is
blind script there.
Yep, and that is for a crystal.
We don't know what crystal yet, if it was a good crystal or not.
I mean, they're all good crystals. They'll open up Ganon's tower, allow us to bring home the
but
bacon.
some are gooder than others.
Okay, fair enough. Although what Homewrecker could do is follow this entire chain kind of south, Hype Cave, go talk to the bomb merchant to get info on what those 5-6 crystals are. Get both the 5 and 6 crystals. We unlock 2 checks in the pyramid fairy.
Five, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and we have a cape on 13 digs.
Ooh, so that's going to be that
get
key.
That small key. Yep. Just gotta work our way back up there eventually. Hope probably once we have boots. And maybe a fire rod. Or the other way around. Or both. Either one.
Oh,
the
and
red gear on Cave 45.
I'll say that's still a welcome find at 6 hearts. Both of our runners at 6 hearts, and we're close to an hour into the seed.
Tenit will be finding her red cane here shortly. Simultaneous compass pickups. Oh, be careful. No. Oof.
Yeah, trying to lure the give to away. Okay, there we go. There's
there we
your
go. And go for it. Yeah, red cane. Pod and Turtle Rock, was it? Or our 5-6 crystals. I want to say that was Pod and Turtle Rock.
All right.
And Homewrecker giving us a nice look at Hype Cave. How hype will Hype Cave be this time? Small key. GT, not that hype.
Not hype, but not bad.
Map, not hype. Not hype. Definitely not
Hypest.
hype. It is dead. It is ugh.
I don't know. That was a pretty hype cave. I mean,
not a hype.
That
was a very underwhelming Hype Cave.
Right, which is the standard at this point, you know. So it is a hype cave. Now a mediocre cave would have like the Titan's mitts and the fire rod and boots, and let's get another sword while we're at it.
When was the last time you took your temperature? Are you running a fever? Are you okay? Do I need to go send help?
Gripe cave, ho-hum cave.
Homewrecker going and checking our second tablet, which is going to give us not hype
a
stuff.
whole lot. I mean, that one's not the hype tablet, at least.
No, I don't believe it is known as the hype tablet. Don't think I've ever heard it called that before.
And probably won't again. All right. Well, swamp. Yeah, I like this play from Homewrecker. It's going to be a good number of checks. And at this point, the main thing separating our runners is an extra dip.
Yeah. Tenit took an extra dip in the desert. But Tenit has also found the flute, which I don't know, has she activated it yet? I don't believe she has. Hopefully she will do that right after she leaves town here.
Right. And there is that red mail, by the way, that Homewrecker had picked up. Or
You mean
Waluigi at this point. That I guess, you know, purple mail, the blue mail.
But this is a fully clearable Swamp Palace, so this is a very good play.
Right.
It is a crystal, which you can tell from the C in the upper left-hand corner of the screen.
It's good enough for me. Plus, with the Cane of Samaria and having bombs in hand, you can do either side of diver or either way of doing diver down. Tenit is opting to skip out of Thieves Town for right now.
Activate your flute. You're here, Tenit. Okay, am I crazy? Has Tenit or did Tenit activate the flute when I wasn't looking?
I don't believe so. No.
Oh, it hurts. That's your one advantage you have right now.
All right, and that big key from now that cape though could lead Tenit back towards.
It could
back towards village. It's just you'd have to go all the way back around because without the Titan's mitts.
Can't get back up that way you just dropped down. We are seeing a nice diver down. Oh,
best timing for that. Although
yes, it was.
I think the block is a little off. Yep.
I think it's too high. There you go. And look at that water. You can just walk on the bottom of it, no problem. Walk up here. The bomb finishes exploding. It changes the way of the pegs. It's so good. Just how everything just lines up perfectly for that to work.
It really is something, isn't it? All right, and we'll be able to see what is on left side swamp today. And kind of similar to race game, there's a little bit more value placed over here just because there's a higher chance that we've got required items out in our general item pool. But today is not that kind of day.
No. Nope. A lot of nothing over on left side swamp here. Which we are still looking for quite a lot of stuff at this point.
Right, we are still looking for fire rod.
We are in need of maybe medallions, a fire rod, an ice rod. We know where the flute is.
And we know where the hammer is.
Tenit didn't do the back of Thieves Town.
Right. Probably, and it might be because of the lack of hammer, which is going to be really unfortunate because that's where the hammer is. And yes, we do also need mitts.
Speaking of mitts.
Well then.
Don't need mitts anymore. Boots are looking highly unlikely. We've already checked 2 of the 3 boot spots in the game, and they were nothing. Well, I guess 3 of the 4, actually. I forgot about the lumberjack tree.
Although lumberjack ledge is just 3 bombs, I think.
Yeah. There's bonk rocks. Forgot about bonk rocks. Okay, there's more than 4 checks. There's 5, 6. Thieves Tag, King's Tomb. I'm good at this game, if you can't tell. But we have ourselves an Argus. After a rather clean Swamp Palace here from Homewrecker.
Being very methodical. You do need either 2 sword slashes or 1 sword spin.
So Tenit is doing the 2 in logic checks here. Because without hammer, you can't get past that second check.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be getting kicked out pretty quickly, unfortunately.
Very, very quickly. You don't.
At least
I
it's
mean,
quick.
I've seen too many people forget that you need hammer, but you never. It's rare to go in here without it, but yeah.
Right.
I've also seen hammer be on this check here, and that's always.
I still remember. I still remember the qualifier where that was the case.
Okay, Tenit has remembered that there's no hammer here. Okay.
And meanwhile, Homewrecker does pick up a crystal right there. That is crystal number 2 and dungeon number 4. That's a good point. By Yunker's wife. Yeah, you also do get a lot of peace of mind on Left Side Swamp.
That is
having
true.
done that.
Tenant, are you checking? Hera basement? We have the key.
No, checking tablet.
No?
Wait, no, but tablet was.
We already checked
3
tablet.
bombs.
We know it's triple booms. Both of them have already checked tablet.
Does Tenant remember?
I don't know. I mean, okay. I guess okay, but this isn't in logic, Tenant. We don't have the big key for Hera. This is not in logic. Not in logic for it is in logic for Homewrecker. Homewrecker found the key.
One other thing that is in logic for both of our runners actually is going and doing Spike Cave.
Yes, it is. Wow, just like in sync.
Right. The only okay. So
we did find the small key.
There was a okay. So there it was.
But Homewrecker choosing not to go down there, whereas this is the only thing that Tenant is.
And at this point, Tenant could break logic to beat Moldorm. Like that is possible.
Just like Homewrecker is doing here. I guess no, not because we have the small. It's just faster. Ooh, big key to Turtle Rock.
Ooh, that's a.
You have the hook shot? Okay.
But no bombs, or no, or rather no boots to bunk your way back across. Ooh,
Ice Rod. That's a good one to find there.
Oh, that's spicy. That's a spicy location for that.
Uh-huh. It is indeed.
Okay, and with Tenant actually, Tenant did actually have the big key here, so
And the small key. Okay.
yeah. So this is in full logic.
This is in logic then. I retract my yelling earlier.
And Moldorm does go down on Homewrecker's side.
Almost got knocked off there. Look a little spicy for a moment. Ooh, we have a swirly coin.
All right, and that is dungeon number 5 down and crystal number 3.
But Homewrecker is going back in for that basement. Good play. Very good play. Considering we know what's down there and it's very important.
Right, and this is the time to do it. And the plus side also is, and getting that shovel might also lead Tenant back to village to turn in that flute and activate
it. Yeah. So angry. Yes, but it'll be worth it.
So they're gonna walk in, and they're probably gonna be leaving at around the same time. Homewrecker might be a couple seconds ahead, depending on the Moldorm fight here.
Ooh,
Very
nice
smooth.
Moldorm fight. Very nice Moldorm fight. little bit cleaner than Homewrecker, but not by much. Grabs their swirly coin, and I think the fanfare is going to make this take slightly longer. Homewrecker will still get out of here slightly faster. Slightly faster. Homewrecker showing their detest at what was on there, and then getting dead rocked.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh. All right. So, Tenit needs to turn in that flute, and will after going and turning in the shovel.
Hopefully. Let's hope. Oh, big key on Floating Island. Just saw that on Homewrecker side. That might be important. Let's see. What ones do we have left? Skull Woods. We don't need it. It could be GT Big Key.
Mm-hmm.
It could be Ice Palace Big Key or a Desert Palace Big Key. Ooh, and it's Bombos to get into Turtle Rock.
All right. So, the key being just across the way.
We can do a few checks in Turtle Rock, but not a lot. Question is, will Homewrecker go in and actually do those or not?
And you got to, or I also like this as well. Just go ahead and open up the portal. So, Tenit didn't turn in the flute again.
No. Hold on. Let me check Tenet's tracker here. Does Tenit have the flute tracked? They do. She does, so she knows she has it. Okay. Ooh, and we have found silvers. Oh, right. We were being pointed out in chat. Tenit actually doesn't have any way to get to the Dark World from the flute turn-in spot. So you have to come from the Dark World first. Because you don't have hammer and you don't have bits. You have no way of getting to the Dark World there. This makes sense.
Right. That okay. Yep. And actually, and along the way, we are going to be able to see what this key is.
Yep. I was too busy trying to figure out what Tenit was doing, and I missed all of Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, you didn't miss much.
Okay. That's good.
And another pod small key up there, so
that's our the third pod small. It's an annoying amount to have. Tenit has already opened the front though, so she's gonna need at least one more. Preferably two. Okay, that mirror's out. She is turning in that flute finally. After
right
checking
after.
Kid.
Yep.
You're very rich, Sick Kid, giving you their life savings.
Oh, this is going to be close on Homewrecker's side. Gonna just make it. And unfortunately, it is just a small key for Skull Woods.
So at this point, we have Homewrecker's got pod left. Homewrecker hasn't set into pod at all. We've got maybe 2/3 chance of being able to get into Mire. And the Mire area stuff. But it looks like Homewrecker is going to be heading over to pod now. Hopefully that's where they're going.
Although, yeah, there is also
Ice
Ice
Palace.
Palace.
Yeah.
Which it's not only It's only one small key so far, and no big key yet. But
You don't
with
need it.
right with the right tools, go ahead and do that. Trying
The
to
right
pick up
tools, Ice
some
Palace,
magic
definitely
though.
not.
Does need magic though.
Does need magic. This is true. Just enough to trigger that bombos.
And welcome in, Raiders.
Oh, you have Blue Go. Your magic is fine.
Although I can also see
Not wanting
you're
to
at-
use it. Yeah.
Right, you're at 8 hearts, not half magic. Yeah, that's not a great situation to be in for this particular dungeon.
There still are quite the number of checks in here.
Ooh, and that is okay. That's impeccable timing for that tempered sword.
It is nice to have that for the Cold Stare, definitely. Without a fire rod, it makes the fight just so much easier.
All right, and Tenit opting to use a potion there. Just play it safe. Gotta make it to the end of the dungeon.
Rule 1 of randomizer: don't die. We are seeing the icebreaker from Homewrecker's side. You just walk right through the wall like it doesn't even exist. I love it.
Then.
Vanilla Big Key.
Oh,
It's
oh
great.
my goodness.
So we won't be leaving any checks behind here in Ice Palace. We'll be getting them all now.
Right, and now we've got Mario
And a
just
French
running
vanilla
around.
mail upgrade. Did Homewrecker just walk through the spike? Could you just what?
Yep, just walk right through.
I didn't know you could walk through it like that.
All right, and yeah, go ahead and
using the really good on this fight. Just I love Blue Cane on this fight. It's really good.
Right, especially since getting back to blind isn't that bad, but getting to, but the subsequent attempts at the fight are much more difficult.
Oh yeah.
And blind goes down, and that is dungeon number 4 done on Tenet's side, and that is crystal number 2.
Oh, and Butter Sword. Both 2 swords hiding in Ice Palace.
Ice Palace is the new Swamp Palace. All right, and let's see. Is Tenit going to go back to Argus?
I believe so. She only got the first 2 checks in Ice Palace. There's a lot there, and we know that there was the mitts in there and other good things. So hopefully after this, Tenit will be able to head over to Misery Mire and check out that area. Because Misery Mire is another one of those dungeons that there are a lot of keys for Misery Mire that you just don't use, and all of those get replaced by items in Key Sanity mode. So yay, Misery Mire.
Right, and we're still on the look for that fire rod and boots while we're at it. Just even if we don't actually need boots, you still want to find boots. They quick
Boots
movement.
make you go fast.
Right,
People
and gotta
like
go
going
fast.
fast.
When speed running, going fast is kind of nice. And this sword is going to cut through Cold Stare like a knife through butter.
Oh, it's
Or
just
butter
it's
through
so
knife.
good. They're down. You blink and you miss that fight. You know, even if you have 3 eyes, it's just gone. And oh, a desert palace key.
All right. Plus, with this, we get the green pendant turn in for Sassy, so that's going to be helpful as well.
It is indeed.
And that is dungeon number 6 down for Homewrecker.
Homewrecker's really running out of options. They're gonna have to go to pod here. They only have 2 smalls, but like that right now, that flute is kind of opening up a big section. Although we might see Homewrecker go finish up desert here.
Also does have the shovel.
Oh, turning the shovel, yeah. Then they might route that into a desert play here. That's relatively close. Tenit also showing us a diver down. Put the bomb, wait for it to blow up, and walk out before it finishes. Very simple setup. It looks like it's all fancy, like, oh, the timing's, the window on that's so big. Ooh, that might be, nope, just barely enough. Nice diver down.
Yep. And both of our runners showing us the Canis Hamaria way of doing diver down, where you just lodge yourself in between the block and the railing, and you hop yourself down. And yeah, Homewrecker is taking this into desert, so it's gonna be a last look. It's pretty much gonna be a last location of that flute. It feels like.
Oh, that's what it is seeming to be coming down to. I mean, technically, you do have a few checks in pod or a desert. Wow, I can't talk. Turtle Rock that you could do. You have the front door, and then I think you can get all the way with 2 keys. You can get. We have 2, right? Yeah, 2 keys. You can you get all? You need 3 keys to get to Laser Bridge in Logic. So you can get all the way up to Laser Bridge in Logic.
Right. Up, and there's another, and yeah, and if you skip Lava Chest,
you can get there, yeah, but it's not in Logic.
Yeah, but who would skip Lava Chest?
I wouldn't.
I know you wouldn't.
But we're not talking about me here. We're talking about Tenit and Homewrecker.
I would have checked as well, honestly. All right, and Homewrecker is going to go ahead and finish up Landmo, which, you know, you can do it. It's a dungeon you can complete. Go ahead and do it.
Oh yeah, always be clearing dungeons, and especially in an all dungeons mode. Just, you know, the more of the time you are spending in dungeons clearing them, the better. Even if you're not finding stuff, just clearing dungeons is good. Tenit will be here, pleasantly surprised to find those mitts. Will help navigating around the dark world, because I'd say you're actually your first. Well, no, we have the hammer to get in here, right? Just makes getting there a little easier.
And to be fair, the hammer, we had just gotten the hammer as well, so
yeah.
Yep. There's the block, and the Lambo fight with silvers is going to be pretty nice. Or with the butter sword, it'll still be nice.
Yeah. It's what, 2 hits with the butter sword? Yeah. Super nice indeed.
And that is another dungeon down for Homewrecker.
Yes, it is. That leaves, what, 4 to go?
It's number 7. So we still have Yep, still Pod, Skullwoods, Meyer, Turtle Rock, and GT.
But Homewrecker, at this point, you're really kind of funneled into going to Pod. Right? Yeah, I think they're heading that way.
And the extremely angry card right there. Yeah, Light World after defeating Aghanim is no joke.
I mean, you're only wanted for kidnapping the princess at this point, right?
All right, and down goes Argus. You get the map of Ganis Tower.
The most useless map in the game.
And that is another crystal down for Tenit. And as we navigate through, please be sure to give our racers a follow. They're putting on a great show for us so far tonight. And also give a follow to our commentators, trackers, restreamers. Definitely helps a lot. And yeah, Homewrecker is going to go ahead and turn in that green pendant right now. And all right, and
just a little bit of pocket change.
Oh, goodness. Don't spend it all in one place.
Too late. Yeah, alrighty. Well, not quite. You're about to. There you go. You already did.
All right. And Tenit opting to pick up a couple potions before... is going to go ahead and check Meyer.
I don't blame this. This is good. New information, lots of items, lots of checks here. While those swords from Ice Palace are nice, there really wasn't anything else in Ice Palace that was too useful.
And it's Stumble Bombos tonight, so we do not need Quake. Or Ether, for that matter.
Or Ether. Yeah. It's just... ooh, another Turtle Rock. Small. That puts Laser Bridge in logic now.
The only fun thing is going to be, where is that Fire Rod? Which technically could be on Laser Bridge.
Could now be on Laser Bridge. Yes, I could.
And just a couple arrows over in Checkerboard Cave.
Tenit opting not to go into Misery Mire, and instead go into Ice Palace.
Which, hey, I mean, you've got Icebreaker. You're going to get picking up 2 swords. And there's that flute.
Finally picking up their flute.
And yeah, and I also like this as well. Like Vidi with the Master Sword. I mean, at least you've got the bow, but running out of arrows. Yeah, running out of arrows against Vitreous just does not feel good. All right, and Homewrecker is going to go ahead and go to the back of Pod as Tenit starts the descent into Ice Palace. There hadn't been too much back here in Pod. The main item there was definitely the flute. And there is that first sword over on Tenet's side that we will find in Ice Palace. Homewrecker pulled out 2. So that's going to be the good. That's going to be the good news at this point in the seed. And Homewrecker setting up for a hammer yump by landing yourself on a particular Up-down coordinate, dropping a bomb, and then maneuvering yourself to right there. You can clip right through that railing. All right, and a nice diver down right there. And there's the big key for Ice Palace. And at this point, let's see. Okay, so Homewrecker is going to go ahead and bail. Also going to be skipping out on the basement pod checks, it looked like. And my goodness, that is an adorable Azrael sprite right there over on Tenet's side. All right, and we had seen this approach that Tenet's going one of two ways. Tenant opting to kind of fall down that room to get to Ice Tea, whereas Homewrecker had done a bomb jump. And there is that butter sword. That is the golden sword is the best sword in the game. We're going to have a pretty, once we get to it, Ganon's going to be a pretty quick fight.
Oh, yes. We'll have Silvers. Wait, where were Silvers? Was that in... I thought it was in the swamp, but could be mistaken.
I think they might be here.
Were they here?
Yeah.
Younker's furiously typing to tell us where they are, I'm assuming. Super Bunny! Yes, I remember now. They were indeed in Super Bunny Cave.
All right, as Tenit is about to get the drop in on Cold Stare with a butter sword with red mail.
This should be a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Or ice cream? Piece of ice cream? I don't know.
Like a hot butter through, well, knife, because Cold Stare still does hit pretty hard.
Yeah, but I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's such a good fight.
Don't blink, you'll miss it.
You really can't get much better than that. Meanwhile, Homewrecker heading into Misery Mire. This will be our first look in there. Mire 2 being the annoying thing that it always is. Such an annoying room.
Well, and that's especially a room where if you have sword beams, it's pretty decent. Or fire rod as well. But yeah, it can get a bit rough.
One of the few places that sword beams are actually kind of good. Most places in this game, sword beams just get in the way.
Yeah, I guess between there, against blind, sword beams are all right. And yes, Homewrecker does have the ice rod. Yep, so we are still in the hunt for the fire rod. Well, really, item-wise, it's just the fire rod.
Yeah, fire rod is our go mode. Well,
and potentially boots.
Yeah. No, well, we don't have GTB key.
Oh yeah,
Don't have GT big key. Don't have pod big key. Don't go jump with the gun now here, Mr. Finch.
We're almost in item go mode. We are almost in item go mode, but yeah, not yet key.
Which I mean, let's see here. Misery Mine, Turtle Rock. We have the big keys. Pod. Nope. They can't. Nope. None of those can be in Ganon's Tower. Never mind. One of them could be on Ped, but we would need Fire Rod before we can do that, because Skull Woods.
Right, and that is definitely one we don't yet know what is on Ped.
Nope,
and Ped is not dead.
Not quite, but also highly unlikely. Oh, well, there's Fire Rod. Ped is alive still.
Yeah. And there's item go mode. We just need a bunch of keys now.
A lot of keys. Yeah, we need 3 big keys, some pod smalls still, and 1 more Turtle Rock small. Assuming we don't steal the key. They'll probably steal the key. We probably don't need that small.
All right, but that is Desert down on Tenet's side. That is dungeon number 7 down. So, and that is catching up on dungeons. Now, that being said, Homewrecker is a pretty decent way through
Misery
Mire. Right.
Did Homewrecker do any of the back of Pod, though? They didn't do any of the back, didn't they?
Yes. Homewrecker did. Yes, Homewrecker did. Yep.
Okay.
It's just there wasn't really anything back there. Did a pretty nice hammer jump, too. That is one of the nice things about Key Sanity in this particular mode, where if you know you already have everything to go to the back, you can just hook shot over to that bridge, chest, get it, fall down, and immediately go right where you were on the way back to the, well, I suppose the back.
So Reem's helping that room.
Yep, Tenit going through that part pretty quickly.
Always makes me nervous when I see the mirror show up in the LNR rotation, especially when you're this close to the end of the dungeon. I'm like, don't hit it on accident.
Right.
I've seen that happen, and it's sad.
Right. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Silver's making very quick graffiti.
Yep, don't blink, you'll miss it. And just for 100 rupees, but that is dungeon number 9.
Yeah?
8. Eight.
Yep. Yeah. You have Skullwoods, Pod, and GT left.
And Turtle Rock.
Or Turtle Rock. Skullwoods, Pod, Turtle Rock, GT. Did we get the Turtle... No, we didn't get the Turtle Rock small. Or Thieves Town small. Oh, we do have Fire Rod, though, so back of Skull Woods makes sense.
Back at Skull Woods, check ped.
Pulphead.
Yeah. After Skull
Skull
Woods.
Woods. Yeah.
Now this is on one hand it is a race, so probably won't be attempting to just blind pulphead.
Oh, but I want a blind pulphead. Ooh,
Oh,
there's
and there's
that fourth pod small. That's pretty nice. Because with the current gear set and what we've had, they should be able. That should be enough for Homewrecker to full clear pod. Oof. Unfortunate. Yeah.
Oof. Well, masters can be such a.
They can. They really can. Looked like Home tried to hookshot to the pod and missed, and Wallmaster there just was like, "Ooh, you're mine now."
Yes, indeed. In chat, yes, Home just handed it to that Wallmaster. It'd be nice at some point, half magic.
That would be. The half magic has been quite elusive. It's probably hidden deep in the depths of GT.
Right. And it's also just one of those things where you don't need it, but it's a nice quality of life item. All right, and Homewrecker is about to enter that Mothula fight. Mothula, what is damage? But Mothula does go down, and for a nice heart container, and that is going to be the last pendant. That is the pendant of wisdom right there.
And hopefully after this, we will get a mirror from Homewrecker, and we'll get a peek at what's on Ped, or maybe even just a blind Ped pull. I'm rooting for the blind Ped pull.
All right, and again, don't blink, you'll miss it, as Vitreous goes down on Tenet's side.
That butter sword, man. Make a very short work of it. The book comes out, we're reading it. No. Push the wrong button, though. Just some cash. Ped is officially dead.
At the 1 hour, 37-minute mark and 55 seconds-ish. And at this point, there's not a whole lot of reason for divergence. Pretty much the only other thing that could have happened divergence-wise would be if Tenit went up the mountain at this point to join Homewrecker.
There's not much reason to, especially once you just got that fire rod, you can do this. You can go up the mountain after you're done, and I mean, you might honestly even do pod first before going up the mountain in Tenet's side here. I'm a little surprised that Homewrecker didn't. Am I missing something?
Homewrecker's probably going to hold off on pod until finding that big key. Hopefully the big key isn't in the basement of pod.
Oh. Yeah. I was looking at the wrong dungeon. We do not have the big key to pod, do we?
Well, that is something we do not have.
Okay, this makes more sense.
Oh, and Yonker's wife bringing up a good
Oh,
point. Tenit also doesn't have the big key in Skull, so
which is a pod small, right?
that was a pod small.
Ooh.
Oh, and there's
That's
the big key.
unfortunate.
That was the big key for pod, right there in that
Oh.
first chest.
You could have done that. Oh, I think Homewrecker's a little angry they didn't come in and grab that the first try. That was a lot of sword swipes. That was a lot of sword swipes. Not to say that I don't blame them. I mean, it was right there. It was like the one easy check.
All right, and a very quick moth fight for Tenit.
Our tracker
Again,
brings up an interesting point here. At this point, how do you feel about bailing and doing pod after finding that? Homewrecker seems to not. I'm not sure. I'm here. I can do all of this dungeon. It feels weird for me to go.
well,
Yeah, I don't. I feel like I would do this. I would make this play as well.
and either way, it's gonna. Either way, you're gonna have to reclimb the mountain. Yeah, and Tenant also reading and getting the news on pedestal. But yeah, I could kind of see this going either way. There is something kind of psychologically nice about just rushing to the back of pod, beating the dungeon there.
Yeah. Oh, they are stealing this key. It looks like. Which I understand this play. At this point, Homewrecker is a Ganon Tower big key away from go mode.
Right, we still might be able to do the GT big key guessing game.
Oh, and Tenit is wait. Skullwood? Yeah, you don't have the. Okay, so she doesn't have it. I was very confused there for a second.
Yep. All right, gotta get up the mountain. All right, and that is indeed where Tenant goes, and there is
Small key to GT.
another GT small key. Which, I mean, on one hand, the more GT small keys we find, the deeper we
more
can go.
Yeah. But also more places for the GT big key to be.
Ugh, and there's the small key for Thieves Town.
That's another place it could be. Oh.
Oof. Yeah, those
Better to get this here than in GT though, I think.
That's fair. That's fair.
You want to take bets on GT Vicky being in that lava chest?
Oof.
Well, it can be anywhere at this point. It really could be anywhere.
Right.
That might be one of the more trolly places it could be.
Yeah, it just can't. It just can't be past. Yeah, it just can't be at the top.
No, it cannot. I'll get a nice look at Laser Bridge here. Oh, well, there's the pod small, so that kind of just opens up all of pod. So that's not an issue anymore. And there we go. Now you can even use the front door.
Right, that is everything in pod, and that is it here.
Wow, we still got the one check from Toro Trinex himself.
That's true. But yeah, getting all the pod, getting all the rest of the pod small keys, that's gonna be incredibly helpful right there.
Which is also good news for Tenit here, because if Tenit goes into Turtle Rock, Tenit's already opened the front door. So Tenit does kind of need all 6, depending on how willing she is to leave either one check behind or save scum. Although never mind, she bomb jumps, so we can skip that key. Never mind, she's good. Tenet's not gonna miss that big key on. Yeah. Tenit already checked Dark Maze. Yeah. So all the keys in Turtle Rock will be everything that Tenit needs to finish up pod. So hopefully she won't find this key up here and be tempted to go back to Skullwoods. Meanwhile, Homewrecker picking up their second to last crystal, with pod being the only thing left, and I think about the only thing left in logic as well at this point.
Yep, and in pod we have the Stalfos room chest. We have the big chest. We've got King Helmasaur.
It's gonna feel real bad if it's in Stalfos room. That's gonna feel real bad for Tenit, considering that she missed that check earlier.
And it could also be center. It could be the big key, chest, as well.
I would feel less bad though.
Because
that's not in logic until you have 6 keys. So.
Which would still be rough, because at that point you would need that small from pod, for at least for logic.
Looks like Tenet's Bailey? No. Okay. Just taking this way back. Oh, for the magic. No, there's a magic refill in one place. I don't know what that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd have to get back through the rollers.
Yeah. Tenit, you already did this. Did Tenit not do this already? No.
Nope.
Okay. Did it the other way. Homewrecker giving us one of the checks we didn't see. And the other one we didn't see is
going to be revealed to us. It is
just a piece of art.
So it's just the big chest, which, if you're a Homewrecker, it's got to be now. I mean, you might go ahead and do the boss first, just because if it's there, great.
Yeah.
I mean, and again,
harmless hellway as well. Yeah.
Ooh, right. Tenit having a little bit of issues with the
although Homewrecker looks like they are, and this makes sense. Doing this is about the same as going to the back first, especially when you have all the pod smalls.
Right, and frankly, hey, if it happens to be here, great. You don't need to go back. So yeah, that's
If
definitely.
Helma's hiding on to Ganon's tower's big key, then all the better.
It's just as good odds like here versus Big Chest or Harmless Hellway, which there's not really a great. I guess from Harmless Hellway to go back to the Big Chest isn't too bad, but there aren't a whole lot of quick routing kind of that way.
No. Tenit also choosing to steal the key from the lava chest, leaving it unchecked this seed. Well, potentially unchecked this seed. Highly unlikely to be checked.
All right, I'm a little surprised she's not doing Fire Rod, but either way.
Yeah, I always use fire rod on those guys because it makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
One fire rod shot, they're dealt with.
Now that being said, she is a bit low on magic, so I can also see where.
Yeah, and you need to make sure you preserve some of that magic for the dark maze. I don't know what that room is called.
Yeah.
What do you call that room?
The one singular dark room in Turtle Rock, I guess.
Pod Dark, yeah. You do need some magic for Pod Dark.
All right, and that is all of the regular dungeons down for Homewrecker. Just has GT, and then Ganon. That being said, where is that GT big key? Will we find it in Ganon's tower?
There are 22 checks. Oh, and I guess Harmless Hellway and Lava Chest.
Right.
I think it's the only thing we haven't checked.
It's very likely that it is in Ganon's tower.
Ooh, big chest of TT. Tracker pointing out big chest of these down. Yeah. I think we checked everything else. You know, it's very high likelihood that it's in GT itself, though.
Oof, and the mini Helma right there getting revenge from its parental figure. Or on behalf of its parental figure.
Harmless Hellway being a small key to Turtle Rock. Okay, there's our Harmless Hellway check. Or not Harmless Hellway.
And that's Lava Chest.
Lava Chest, yeah.
And that's a good point. We have not yet seen Smith Chain or Hammer Pegs, I don't believe.
Oh. No. No one has done either of those. Oh, well, there's our half magic. Not doing Dark Hallway. Why didn't they?
They already did that. They already did that. That had been the last.
Right, they just got the big key. Yep. That's our I forgot that was our second trip in there.
All right, so at this point, Homewrecker is
Pyramid Fairy.
Yep.
Because that was our 5/6 crystal. And then I imagine we're going to see Home go into... I'm actually a little surprised we didn't see Home go directly to GT. The chances of it being in GT are so much bigger than anywhere else at this point.
That's a good point. And this is a relatively quick check for Pyramid Ledge, or Pyramid Fairy, rather.
We have beat Aga already, this is true.
And down goes Trinex over on Tenet's side.
Leaving Tenit most likely to beeline it directly for Pod. And then our runners will be kind of just neck and neck doing the last checks, looking for That GT big key.
which is not here. But hey, that's a fourth heart piece for Homewrecker. Not like it wasn't exactly bringing from the.
Tenit is doing. Oh, spike cape.
Spike. Yep.
Yes, this makes sense. I kind of want boots to be in post Moldorm chest. At this point, that's where I want them to be.
Although, could you imagine GT Big Key on Torch?
Ooh, it could be there. Ooh,
That would be. I hope
Oh.
for the sake of our runners, it is not there.
oh. I could totally imagine going all the way to the bottom of Ganon's Tower to find boots and finding it on Torch or in Bonk Rocks. But we are gonna get a few more checks here. We don't have powder yet, and Homewrecker doesn't have the mushroom to check Magic Bat.
Oh, you're right, because Homewrecker turned it in.
Yeah.
So it's still a possibility for Tenit, but then where is that powder anyway?
It could be in GT.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 15 seconds. Homewrecker's in go mode. And they are heading up to Ganon's Tower to do the final gauntlet. We don't even have to go into the basement at all.
Yep, at this point, we can just go ahead and beeline it all the way up, and
And we found ourselves a bootsless seed.
So far, yes. We're probably not going to be opening any more
Homewrecker
checks.
probably, realistically, I don't know if Homewrecker's going to be checking any more checks. Like, there's no reason to check any chest at this point. There really isn't.
Right. Especially with the key situation.
Yeah, you already have enough keys. You got 3 GTs keys. You only need 1.
All right, and Homewrecker opens up Ganon's Tower. The bridge is about to descend. So at this point, it is Homewrecker's. Homewrecker's race. To lose, we still have GT climb. But it's going to be a beeline straight up the stairs.
Pretty much. There's just nothing in here that would interest them at this point. Tenit opting to do the back before doing Helmasaur. But we'll be also doing their... a little bit too high. You go down one more. Oh. Almost there. Finding that pace can be challenging sometimes.
Right, especially in the throes of a race like this.
Oh, I know. I am well aware. Oh, I think the falling platform moved her slightly.
Yeah, it is definitely tight timing. Using these pause buffers are absolutely required, or
Much faster
not
that second
required, but
time.
very
Watching
well.
people do it like with only like one pause, and I'm just like, they're so good at this game.
I think that's it. And
I'm more a fan of doing it from the top. I find you get slightly more time. Tenit looks like
probably gonna go King Helmasaur.
Yeah.
Because
realizing that this technically isn't in logic at this point for her. Oh wait, no, with 5 keys that is in logic, isn't it?
yeah, but with only 1 key remaining, it's
yeah.
Rather do the boss. And take the chance that we won't be finding another pod key. That's a very welcome fairy, though. Meanwhile, we do get satisfying Wizrobe room number 1.
And number 2. It is very satisfying, I agree. No boots to make this room nice and easy. Although, Blue Cane helps a lot in that regards. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they fixed that glitch, right? Didn't they? In one of the more recent changes, like
yes.
you can't glitch there anymore.
Correct.
They look like they paused and stopped. But I'm fairly certain they actually fixed that particular one.
They did.
In non-glitch modes.
As of the very most recent. And it could also just be muscle memory, because up until maybe a couple weeks ago, it's definitely a bit of a conditioning thing where do not go up the same time as the jingle, or else you will despawn everything, including the enemies you need.
Not technically despawning them, you're moving them to a different super tile, but technicalities.
Either way, they ain't there.
They're not there. Which sounds like an amazing idea until you get to this room and realize that, oh, they're also not there.
Aghanim will definitely be right there in just a second.
Almost.
Got a double.
Almost a triple. Another double. And oh no. Ooh, that's not a very nice pattern. It's not a very nice pattern. Yeah, that was a terrible pattern.
And down to 1 heart. Okay, it does have a fairy though.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And there we go.
Ooh, okay. So Tenit is opting to just rush GT. It looks like, which is unfortunate.
The wrong answer. Yeah, unfortunately.
And Homewrecker drops into the Ganon fight at 203.50. And yep, we keep on ending up here. It's like deja vu all over again. Ganon has some very wise lines here. Also, that was a really quick phase 1 and phase 2. Butter Sword makes Ganon go down quick.
Oh no! His weakness, silvers.
Ooh, nice catch there. And that's going to be 3 and 4. And get your GGs in chat as Homewrecker is about to cross the most dangerous bridge in Hyrule and finish this seed.
It looks like... Ooh, close. There we go. They have an official time of 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 23 seconds. Get your GGs in chat for Homewrecker, as they secure them so far from what it looks like with the scores. Undefeated so far in the first 2 weeks.
Yep, and they actually have they're amongst some a couple folks as well, between Taunt the Frog, Farm Friends is also up there, and Kakariko Brew Crew in the Palace of Darkness division.
Oh yeah.
All right, and we are going to go ahead and see what else is in Ganon's Tower. We did see that 50 rupees up on the torch, so we did not need the boots this seed.
No, unfortunate. I mean, we knew we didn't need the boots. Trying to get them in here for an interview. And it does look like Tenit is going to continue and finishing out this season. As we are joined by Homewrecker, GG's Homewrecker.
Thank you very much.
That was not a terrible seed. It was a pretty okay seed.
Yeah, okay seed, sure.
Did you see our team's seed yesterday?
I did, yes. That was a terrible seed, I agree. It wasn't as bad as that. Holy cow. But yeah, this was for sure interesting. Man, that flute and pod. When I saw that, I thought that was it.
No,
I was like, oh no.
So funny thing about that, and we're gonna have to have a talk with Tenit later. Tenit got that right away. As soon as she got into the Dark World, she went and picked that flute and never used it. Didn't even activate it until shortly before you did.
Oh no.
Oh, hey, we found boots! Boots are in Randa room.
Okay, of course they are. So
Yeah.
I've in the past 2 weeks, I've probably done 10, 11 practice seeds for this mode, and I've gotten boots twice. I don't think they exist in 80 keys unless they bury them in GT where you don't need them.
No, they just hide them in Link's house.
Oh, I wish. I really wish.
That was the one good thing about yesterday's seed.
Oh, you did get boots, yeah.
Yeah, Link's house, yeah. We were hoping for the blind ped pull. You disappointed us.
I'm sorry. I saw it and I was like, I could, but No, at that point, I was still thinking about that flute. I was thinking about the death on the way to Hobo. Like that was in my head the whole time.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that was definitely unfortunate.
I was all flustered after that. So.
Yeah, you and Tenit actually ended up taking quite different routes. Different dungeons, like I said, Tenit beelined pod and found that flute really early. We were kind of excited, but then,
Yeah. Oh no. That's really that I just hate hearing that. That's super unfortunate. Because that for sure would have made a huge difference. Like I said, I thought once I found that, like that was it, and I thought about going there because we had the bow and 2 small keys at the time, but
yeah. So you could get up there and a little bit, and there wasn't much in there though except for flute, which
is fortunate. Like I ended up full clearing it, but I was worried that something else might have been there. I'm glad that wasn't the case. I was in a situation early where we had mirror super fast, so I was like, okay, I'll either do Eastern with pod, or I'll do Eastern now and put pod off, and the hook shot kind of made that choice for me, I think.
Yeah, it was both like a really good placement for the hook shot, like right before you really needed it. Really great placement for the hammer right before you needed it, just without the key. Yeah, I mean the key would have been nice there, but.
Yeah, that's my thought was, oh, that's probably where we're gonna find boots in that big chest, and I'll never see that small key. That's what I was thinking at that point.
All right,
you got pretty lucky. Now we were like wondering why you weren't just rushing GT, because there were 22 checks in GT versus the a dozen or so that were outside of GT. What was your idea behind making the correct play of doing, non-GT stuff versus GT when you had all those?
At that point, I'm looking at my tracker and I'm like, I got a couple dungeon chests and like Smith Chain and GT, and that's it. So if it's in GT and I lose because of this, I'm going to lose because of it. But it was basically just trying to make the safe play at that point. Let's clear the big thing I have left before I go in. And I guess I just got lucky that worked out.
Yeah, because other than that, it was lava chest or turtle thieves down big key.
Yeah.
Or big chest, I mean.
Yeah, and I figured at the very least, I'll do my due diligence with Smith Chain. I would have rather left that frog there to rot, but unfortunately, he had what I needed.
Yeah, unfortunately, the keysmiths.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's so. Master Tank makes this comment. I have a thing I absolutely abhor. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I abhor doing Hera Basement. So
yeah, we got that.
And then to have the ice rod there, just oh man, I'm just glad I checked it when I was there. I would have never gone back for that.
I mean, it was a good time to check it.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, we got both those keys together, so I think. I don't remember if I got them out of desert.
Pretty close to one another.
But they were close together, yeah. So that was just a fortunate placement for all that stuff.
Yeah. You also managed to avoid the double dipping desert.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
By doing the escape first.
Which fortunately had sword. Yeah, that one was another one of those, well, I've got to commit to this. And I think we had book and we had...
It was the same amount of checks either way. So it really, it was kind of just, I don't know, what do you want to do first? And Tenit did desert while you did basement, escape basement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I know I got sword down there. I think I got something else. Just can't remember.
You got the sword and the desert small.
Oh yes, that's right. And that's when I was like,
which got you the second sword, which we were like, okay, you either get a hammer or a myths, and you get Dark World access, or it has to give you 2 swords, and it ended up giving you 2 swords.
Yeah. I did, and that's weird because I wasn't even thinking about Aga 1 at the time. When I got one sword, I was like, okay,
Yeah, no, you don't.
We've got gloves. Surely we're gonna get Dark World access here in a bit, and then
right, yeah, because
no. Once it was a second sword, I'm like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
And Tenit is on the right path, about to check hammer pegs, and then we'll be turning in Jeremiah to get that go mode big key.
But looks like Tenit is going to first use that powder that she picked up from GT. Not that she needed it because she had mushrooms still.
Yeah, but this way you keep all your magic.
Yeah.
Up, and there's the fourth GT small key.
We're in logic now.
Yay! And Tenit is about to pick up her GT small.
GT big.
GT big. Instant save and quit. Yeah. Head back up that mountain.
I do appreciate that she's finishing the seed though. Like, definitely that tenacity. No, you're already this far. Go ahead and get it done. And fortunately, checking that before dipping into Thieves Town, big chest, or finishing up Smith Chain. Although, once you got the first part, you were good.
Yeah, they couldn't have made that easier on us and just given us mitts somewhere in like the village area. No.
No.
Bury him in swamp.
All right, and Tenit starts the climb of GT. Thanks to the map that both of our runners picked up, we know that this isn't going to be a crystal or a pendant. Now, I guess what letter would show up? If you had to choose a letter, like if you've got the map here.
Or yuck.
Fair enough. or GT. Or maybe even just G, because you win a Ganon at the top. You just have to catch it. You have to catch him.
168. I felt like you did more of the seed than that.
I thought I did more too, but then
but I guess
take out GT.
Yeah, GT is really big.
Yeah.
I always forget how big GT actually is.
Plus all the ledge items that we didn't need to end up picking up as well.
talking about the ledge items, there was this small key on a bumper ledge, and I was really worried that was going to be like a 4th TR small, and I would need lava chest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very happy when that showed up somewhere else just in case.
Yeah, you both did avoid lava chests, and that ended up being the right call.
Yeah. Satisfying Rose Robe room number 1. Ah, look at that boot stash. More boot stash. Oh, also, we noticed that when you were on this room, the torch room in GT, you paused at the bottom of the thing to not despawn the tower.
Yeah,
you know they fixed that, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. We saw
No,
you
I know
stop.
they
We're
fixed it, but it's
habits die hard.
Habits die hard, exactly.
Yeah. Because I saw the pause and I'm like, oh, he's waiting for the jingle.
I've never had that happen to me, but I've seen it enough times that it just turned into I don't want to ever experience this.
We've had it happen twice in the league? I know it happened once last season. I think I heard that it happened once before, but I don't know for sure. With how many hundreds of games just run, it really doesn't happen very often. But it's just one of those things you never want to have happen. It sucks.
Yeah.
Listen, I can definitely verify the fix works. That's the good news. And I guess there was just a poke for Moldarm there.
Got that finished. Moldarm down. Open up the chest. Nope. We won't know what's in post Moldarm chest. Shall forever remain a mystery.
Now the rest are validated. I guess we have to both start over.
Not how that works. Also, those Aga patterns, like the first two were good. That was it. The third Aga pattern sucked.
Yeah.
Was this one? No, it was the next one.
Terrible. I just messed it up. At that point, I was at 1 heart, so I was like, I don't want to die here.
Yeah. Not, again, rule 1 of going fast, don't die. Tenit takes down Agatu. Oh, that was really Ganon all along. Who would have thought?
Spoilers in a 30-year-old game. Or turning 30, I suppose. Actually, next month is when it turns 30 years old.
Wow. Old game.
And all the joy is brought, to so many folks, and then especially with the randomizer community, where we take a almost 30-year-old game and just bring it to life even more. And already on phase 2 for Tenit. Ganon really does not want to get hit there. All right, and a nice torch glitch, which can get a little bit hairier when you get hit by the fire bat. Just in terms of timing, it makes it a little bit more, a little tougher. And down goes Ganon. Get your GGs in chat as Tenit is about to cross the finish line. And with that, Tenit crosses the finish line with an official time of 2 hours, 25 minutes, and 22 seconds. GG.
Yes, get your GGs in chat.
All right. And with that, that moves Taunt the Frog currently to the top of the Palace of Darkness division table with 12 points, going 4-0 so far in this early league. But yeah, that was a heck of a seed.
It looks like Tenit will be joining us here. In a few words to talk. And welcome, Tenit. GG's.
GG's.
GG, Tenit. How you doing?
Pretty good, I guess. Yeah, that was an interesting one.
Yeah, the GT big key placement was a little.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for going into Ganon's tower first. But
yeah.
Homewrecker didn't. Homewrecker cleared up before Ganon's tower first, which is the.
I see.
Kind of the decision there.
Yeah. If it was Smith's chain, that makes sense. If you get it early.
But you guys also, did get mitts pretty late.
Oh, okay. I was worried when Hammer showed up in Thieves Town. I was like, oh no. But
yeah. No, I mean, did we ever? Yeah. We found the Thieves Town big key. It was somewhere, but I don't remember it being.
I think it was very early on, somewhere in Kakariko, I think.
Yeah.
Not the big key. Sorry, the Thieves Town small key.
Oh.
It was very late.
Yeah.
I think. Well, was it on Laser Bridge?
That sounds right. I remember being somewhere in Turtle Rock, I think.
Yeah.
It's either that or it might have been Mimic Cave.
Yeah, because Laser Bridge. Yeah, because Laser Bridge had 2 small pod keys, I think.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's all those, and then Ice Palace, thinking that it's swamp and having 2 swords.
Yeah. I went into Ice Palace worried about dying, and I came out not even concerned anymore.
Oh, right, you had a really armor. Good Cold Star fight. That was really good. You just held him up in a corner and just stabbed him to death. It was brutal. Alright, Tenit?
Yeah?
Did you forget you had a flute?
Yes, the first time.
Oh.
Yeah, because you picked up the flute and then you never used it. I was like, she's in Thieves Town, she's gonna do Thieves Town, then she's gonna mirror, activate her flute, and because you got that flute way earlier than Homewrecker did.
Oh, I see.
Because Homewrecker didn't go into pod until very later. So we're like, oh, sweet, this is gonna give you good time. And you just forgot about it. It was a little hard to watch.
But overall, it was all right. Still, Ganon went down.
Yeah,
that it did. Also, you reset your timer at one point when you save scummed the mushroom.
Right. Yeah, I noticed. I was like, I feel like they should have been 20 minutes ahead of this.
Yeah. You accidentally reset your timer there.
Yeah.
Might want to separate those keybinds. I don't know if there was a mistake there, or if they just reset timer and reset emulator on the same keybind.
Yeah. I think it was like Live Split was on global hotkeys or something. But yeah.
Yeah. Any thoughts about the seed before we wrap it up?
I don't know, not much. It was okay. I felt bad about the Aga stuff with desert to escape back to desert, but then after that it kind of opened up, I guess.
Yeah, that didn't really lose you too much time though.
Oh yeah.
No, especially after, getting that early flute.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, I ended up taking a death early trying to fake Flipper to Hobo, so if anything,
Yeah.
I was behind at that point and maybe made up a little time.
Up to Aga, I think you guys were pretty close up until Tenit had a double dip. You guys were pretty much just, you did checks in a different order, but you guys were neck and neck up until I think Tenit ended up beating Aga a few minutes behind Homewrecker. Like 3 minutes or so, maybe. Wasn't that bad.
Mm.
And at least it was you could clear a lot early on, like getting the bombs in Sank Chest and.
When did they add damage taken and magic used to the stats?
That is in the same patch as the jingle glitch fix.
Oh, so it's that very recent.
Yeah.
That's just
Yes.
where Tenet's stream froze and finished up.
Oh.
I was like, I don't remember those stats being there. Okay, yes. That pretty much wraps it up for both of our teams for week 2. Homewrecker, I wish you best of luck in your current undefeated status on the top of Palace of Darkness Division.
Thank you. I don't expect it to last long, but thank you.
Still, GG. Well done.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, GG. And good luck to you all next week as well.
No,
Thank you very much.
We're gonna need it.
Yep. So yeah, and anyone watching along, week 2, which is our current week, is the fake all dungeons key sanity. Next week, we pretty much change tactics entirely and go casual boots, where we start out with a sword with the boots.
Nice easy mode.
Easy's a strong word. There could still be some kind of rough item locations there.
Yeah, but
at least with boots.
Yes, you get the boots. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to pretty much wrap it up there. Encourage everyone to go check out Link to the Past 1. I believe there is another match going on over there currently. Pull up the schedule real quick between two other teams. Yeah. Peppa Patrol and A Deadly Case of Explosions are currently over on ALTTPR League main. Go check them out. Say hi. I wish them the best of luck. I believe we are done here. So you all have a good night.
Thank you. Y'all do the same, and make sure to drop a follow again to all of our runners and commentators and racers, and to the ALTTPR League channels as well.